Over the past 5 years, the city has faced recurring water boil notices, but a renewed sense of urgency is now driving real change. With significant investments in infrastructure, leadership is prioritizing the replacement of aging lines and addressing critical system gaps.
Over the last 5 years, we've had 8 boil water notices, and our public should never get used to them or get comfortable with them. But the city council, the mayor and the city council have initiated this sense of urgency on it. And the city has not shirked its duties, but we've not implemented to the level that we should. We have a master plan out there that has looked at this. We've identified the areas that needed to be done. And I think what we're seeing now is that we're going to see the fruitions of this sense of urgency that the elected officials have placed on this issue, and we're going to see a lot of work done. There's miles of lines that'll be replaced, as well as what we've already done within the plant improvements, and so I think you're seeing our utility department go through a renaissance, and that's going to be very good for the city. Yeah, I think bringing in our interim executive director for the utilities has been a really good thing, because what he's done is he's brought an outside vision into our department, and so his experiences, his education, his background in utility management, we're actually reaping some benefits from that. And what he's been able to do is look at it in a very holistic approach, look at where our people are placed, and see exactly where our gaps are as to how we're trying to improve our utility department.
A new direction in the utilities department is bringing fresh expertise and innovative solutions, ensuring safer, more reliable water for the community.
In multi-fronts, we've reorganized our organization. We've put a high focus on cross-connection control, which we should. We've modified our sampling processes. We've moved those to the treatment plant. So now the people out in the system on a day-to-day basis collecting bacteria samples are all now certified operators. I did use the resources of Ardura to give us some professional expertise in water quality and sampling and those kind of things. So we've trained our staff. They identified 362 potential cross connections in our system. So I'm very happy to tell you that since that time we've addressed all of those. 262 have been totally fixed. Either a backflow preventer has been installed or one's been tested and they're tested. We've got another 70 to 100 that are in the process of doing that.
We estimate that we have about 30% of our lines are over the age of 50 years. And what's really good about this as well too, to a certain point, is that the lines, even though they're aging and they're wearing out, we are also going through lead replacement of the lines. And so we're going to be able to do some very good environmental things as well as replacing the aging infrastructure.
Already identified our first list. We've got 20 plus mains we're going to replace this year. One of the things I would say is talking about things is kind of fun, but I'm a big fan of execution. We've got to get things done. So we've already put a couple of those lines out for design. When we get those in, we're going to bid those. Once we get an established contractor and a methodology, then we're just going to start moving along. So they're going to see a lot of activity here pretty soon.
Thanks to strategic planning and $20 million in funding, the future looks promising for the city's water system.
But we are now seeing the fruits of this labor. I think we had just received notice from Congressman Cuellar that we have $20 million coming this way to help us with our infrastructure. The state is right there with us as well too. And I think that anything that we can utilize those dollars for to help offset the infrastructure, our people don't have to pay for it.
The boil order ended October 19th. We, at that time, were on what's called free residual chlorination. We did that for 60 days. We've now transitioned back to chloramination December 17th. That's been a month. So we're almost, two months past that moment. And I feel very comfortable that with the things I just talked about, and we're going to continue going forward with monitoring things. So one of the reorganizations that I kind of mentioned was we've got people specifically addressing cross connection. It's not one of the 3 things they do. That was part of the reorganization. So we've merged some people together. We have more resources doing that. And we'll continue to look at that, and as we need to add resources, we'll continue to do that.